This is the AF15 model band blade sharpener made by Vail. New for availability here at Hud-Son Forest Equipment in Barneville, New York. Just going to do a quick demonstration video in here on the install and a quick demo on the running of it and setup. A few things you're going to need: a couple wrenches, 3/4, 1/2 inch, a couple Allen wrenches, 1/8 and 3/16, a 1/2 inch ratchet, and a flathead screwdriver. First thing first, we got it out of the box. I got all the parts laid out. First, you're going to remove the nut that comes on the shaft here. And the first thing that's going to go on is this blade disc. It does have Allen screws in the back for adjustment on the wheel if it's out of balance. Wherever your high spot is, you turn that in and it'll get rid of the vibration that's in the wheel. So that goes on like that. The blade wheel of choice is going to, grind wheel of choice is going to slide over. The cup plate and the nut is going to go back on after to hold it all on. And just snug that in place with your 3/4 inch wrench. After that is in place, the next thing is going to be the guard, and underneath is a 1/2 inch bolt holding the motor on. I'm just going to remove that. It's a carriage bolt, so you're going to have to hold it up from the bottom, and the guard bracket will slide down on that and over the wheel. And just put the nut back on and tighten in place. And for this is where you're going to have to use your socket wrench and the 1/2 inch. Tighten that up. So now your guard is in place. Next, you're going to install the adjustment handle, which is going to be used to adjust your depth in your blade. First thing, assemble the handle wheel itself. And get the nut snug, but you still want the handle to spin freely. That's going to thread in the wheel. Once you have it where you want it, just go ahead and tighten the nut in place. This has an Allen set screw on it, so once it slides on the shaft, you're going to set it in place using the 1/8 inch Allen key wrench. Slide it on all the way on the shaft here. Tighten that up. And that's in place. Next, you're going to assemble the Vail, your mechanism for moving your band blade. You're going to remove the bolts off the 4 studs sticking out of the box. Be careful not to push the nuts back in. The washers will hold them there. If they fall down in, you'll have to pull it apart to get them back out. But there's four studs here, and there's 4 holes on your mount. Slide them in. And once it's in place, let it drop all the way down to the bottom and install the 4 nuts back on. And then go ahead, once you have them on, and tighten them in place with the 1/2 inch wrench. Okay, now once that's in place, next you're going to install the handle that's going to drive the mechanism to raise and lower your blade and advance it. It is slotted, so get that positioned over the shaft. Thread the nut on. And snug that in place with the 3/4 inch wrench. And last here, you're going to remove these top 2 Allen bolts using a 3/16 Allen wrench. And this arm will be holding your band blade up in the air so it will feed easier. Snug them up. And then lastly is the blade. We'll just set the blade in. What you're going to have to do is hold the handle all the way up. Slide the blade down in. And you are now set up and ready to do your adjustments and turn the motor on and get sharpening.